Yeah, Avi, I just wanted to, uh, this was the Youseff question. This is the ratio question. And given we were doing ratios today, I just wanted to take this one step further. Uh, so as to deepen my understanding. I think what you're telling me is from the question, you're able to decipher that riding is 3 times faster than walking. And I've used M as the scale factor. Uh, Thus, the time is 3K and 1K. The time spent will be 3 times more for walking compared to riding. My first inference when I say that is this can be per block or one block. This can be for 2 blocks. And this could be for whatever. It can be for 10 blocks, for example. So the time spent will always be 3 times more walking compared to riding, whether it's 1 block, 2 blocks, 10 blocks, 20 blocks, 100 blocks. Then what I would normally do is I would actually say, all right, so for the distance X, let's say 30 minutes. I'm just throwing out a number. This will be 90 minutes because walking is 3 times longer. That's the difference is 60 minutes. So that's too much because I'm looking for a value of 10 essentially for my actuals. So I would just try, I would just keep plugging and chugging. So this will be 60 minutes for distance X. And this is 40 minutes. I just keep going down and down. So 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes is the difference. It's just too much still. So my trial number 4 for distance X. I said, all right, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and thus 10 minutes. And I say, okay, so this is the 10 minutes mentioned in the question, the difference. So walking must have been 15 minutes, riding must have been 5 minutes. And given we know he does 1 minute per block, so he's walking 15 minutes. Walking is 1 minute per block. So I guess 15 blocks. And the same thing, that's what I used to do, which is called plug and chug, essentially. I would just do a plug and chug method. And, it served me pretty well. And in this case, if this was riding, given he does it for 5 minutes, riding 5 minutes, his I guess I don't know if I should call it his rate, I guess, or his 20 seconds per block. So he's doing 5 blocks, so that would also mean 15 blocks. But I wanted to use today's method essentially I want to try the same problem using the verbiage you use. And I just wanted to see if I was getting it right. So that's what I used to do. I would just plug and chug, get hopefully my actuals counts for 10 minutes, and then I would try to find the number of blocks. I wanted to do same thing. M, 3M, 3 times more. Now, I think my first issue was time. If I look at time, normally I would think of it as product over sum, 3 by 2. But I think I cannot do it because that would be combined. This is only, oh shoot. Only if combined. Whereas I'm not combining really. In this case, I don't think I can do that 3 by 2 in this case because it's not combined time. It's the difference in time. I'm going to call this difference, but I think what you're saying is this should be 2. This can be 2. Even though it's time, and I don't know if time spent is the right term to use, but I guess it's 2. I guess 2 units, I guess. whereas this is 3. I guess you can say 3y, 1y, and 2y. I guess I don't know if I should use time spent here, but let's just say difference has its own time. And I think if I used the verbiage we learned today, I think what I understand this to be is differences. So I'm going to assume this is actually a person, different. It's a possessive noun. Differences time spent is 2/3 as much time spent as walking's time spent. I'm just going to have all of these as possessive, even though it doesn't make sense. Possessive nouns. Differences time spent is 2/3 as much as walking times spent. I'm just going to assume these all possessed. They can be possessive nouns. Or I could say differences time walking's time spent, assuming it can be a possessive noun, is 3/2 times as much as differences time spent. Make it even more complicated. Writing's time spent is 1/2 as much as differences time spent. Or I can say the opposite. Differences time spent is double writing's time spent. Again, I know technically you can't say that, but I think that's what's going on. You know, if I was to try to use verbiage, so that's what I'm thinking. And then I know differences time spent is 10 minutes for x, for distance x. So for that same distance, walking's time spent must be 3/2 times more, or 3/2 times 10, or 15 minutes. I think that's what's going on. Yeah, that also can be done. And as a result, given this is 15 minutes, 15 minutes, this is half of the differences time spent. So this is 10 minutes, so this would be 5 minutes. And then again, you would have to go back to the question, 15 minutes, 1 minute per block, does 15 blocks, I guess. Let me know your thoughts on this verbiage style of doing it, because before I used to do the plug and chug, and I used to get the answer, but I used to just plug and chug. But I think this is even more taking it one step further based on what we learned today. Thank you.